Kahr CW45, a very compact, thin 45 ACP pistol, 6-in-1 in the magazine, just an excellent concealed carry option. The slide is made from 416 stainless steel, has a really nice matte finish to it, has a black polymer frame that makes a really nice contrast with the stainless steel. Before we get started really looking at this pistol, we're going to go ahead and safety check. So we're going to remove the magazine. It is empty. Kahr's been known for really high quality concealed carry pistols, making some of the smallest 9mm in the world. And the CW series comes in CW9, which is a 9mm, CW40, of course 40 caliber, and then CW45, which we have here. One of the things that's really unique about the three models is they are all the same width. They're all about 1 inch in width, which is pretty neat. The 45 is actually 1.01 inches. I believe the 9 and the 40 are actually just a teeny bit smaller, but this makes for a really flat, excellent concealed carry pistol, especially if you're carrying all day. The barrel length is 3.64 inches. The total length of the pistol is 6.32, so just a little over 6 inches in length. Here the height is 4.8 inches. So you can see that it is a very small and compact pistol, especially for 45 ACP. And this will give you a lot of firepower. The weight is just 19.7 ounces. The magazine weighs 2 ounces. Magazine's really nice stainless steel magazine with a nice black bumper pad, and it also has a slight finger rest right here. Now the polymer frame texturing, especially on the back strap, is fairly aggressive, and on the front strap, but on the sides it's pretty smooth. Of course, there is some light texturing here where you'll be able to get a good grip, but with the front and back, it's going to allow you to really hold on to this pistol. It has a rounded trigger guard, and as you can see, the different shape, it's got a unique shape to it that fits the finger well, but doesn't get too excessive. Very smooth trigger. And one of the things I'll tell you about this trigger is it is an extremely smooth trigger. In fact, there is no stage to this trigger. Pulling the trigger all the way to the rear, and then there is a crisp snap. This is an exceptional trigger, especially for a polymer type pistol. Reset is all the way out. And that really has to do with the safety feature of this gun. The trigger itself is pulled all the way to the rear before it actually actuates the striker bar. And this is part of the safety. In fact, this gun cannot fire until it gets to a certain point, and then it will activate the striker bar. There's also a firing pin safety in here too to keep it, in case you drop it and it has an impact, it's not going to go off. Very similar to a double action revolver as far as safety features, because there are no external safeties. In fact, it's really smooth except for this slide release, which is pretty decent slide release. You can really get a good grip on and a purchase on the release itself. But still, even that is fairly rounded off, with some serrations right here on the flat surface. And I really like the no magazine disconnect feature. If you have to drop the magazine, you can still fire the round if you need to. Now, of course, the matte stainless is very nice finish, very smooth. It does have a very flat top to the slide, and then there are angles on each side just to kind of reduce the weight and the profile. The front has been beveled. This makes it much easier to put in and out of a holster, and that gaping hole is just incredible. Now on the frame, it does come up very deep and gives you a really good grip, and really gets your hand up high next to the slide. And what this will do, it really gets the bore axis of the barrel in line really close with your hand, which will help with not only accuracy, but it will also help with recoil, because all the recoil is straight back from your arm. So I really love pistols that ride really low in my hand. Now this frame is also really thin, and it gives you a really good feel to it. When you wrap your hand around it, you feel like you've really got a hold of the pistol itself. And even in 45 ACP, this is a lot of fun to shoot. The serrations on the slide are simple, but yet fairly aggressive. They're just diagonal slats all the way down on both sides. This allows you to really grasp hold of the slide when cocking. Fairly low profile sights, but yet you still get a really excellent sight picture. It does have the bar dot sights, which you have a bar at the rear. This is adjustable, you can drift this, and you do have a polymer front sight, which is just a dot. This shows up really well though when you're shooting. Some people like the 3-dot, some like more of the Glock type bar system. I really like this sight system. I mean, it really comes up well, excellent for follow-up shots. Now, one of the things about the Kahr that I noticed was that it does shoot a little bit low. And of course, if you'll see my target when I was shooting. Now this was at 10 yards. I was actually aiming right about here because I noticed that it was shooting low. And I know Eric at Iraq Veteran 888, same thing he was talking about, that with his 45, it was shooting low, but still in the kill zone. Okay, to break the pistol down, it's pretty simple like most others. You're gonna wanna use this notch and line it up with your slide stop notch. So we're gonna bring this back until we can see it, and you can see it right through the slide. And then I had to take something to push through. This was pretty tight. Go ahead and send it through. And then you can just remove the slide stop. Holding the trigger down, I just go ahead and pull the slide forward. Now we have the recoil guide rod and the barrel in the slide. Of course, just depress it, bring it out. One thing important to note is it's a full steel guide rod. And this is really a nice heavy-duty guide rod with the spring. The barrel itself is one of the Browning lockup designs, which makes it really reliable, very nice. One of the things I noted though is that this barrel is a nickel plate. So this really adds to it being very slick and very smooth. You can see your striker bar here, very similar to the Glock system, which is reliable and proven. I'll tell you what, all I need right now is to put some frog lube on this sucker and this will be ready to roll. Barrel, then your guide rod. One thing I do want to note about this frame is that it's polymer rails all the way through. There are no metal, steel inserts anywhere here except right at the rear. Go ahead and put the slide back on. I go ahead and depress the trigger. And then go ahead and put your slide stop in, and there's a small spring right here that's going to catch. So at first you're not going to think you're lined up. Go ahead and get it started. And then when you get into position, you can just pop it back in. Back in business. To me, any of the Kahr CW series pistols is excellent for concealed carry. There's a high quality. Kahr has really made a name for itself in the firearm world, and especially with concealed carry pistols. And this is really what this is about. But to be honest with you, it handles and shoots just like a standard frame pistol. So you kind of get the best of both worlds. The manufacturer suggested retail on the Kahr CW45 is $485. But I did see it online on a number of places for around the $400 range. So if you can find a really high quality pistol in the $400 range, that is excellent, especially with the quality the Kahr brings. I plan on doing a comparison review with the Kahr CW45 with the Glock Model 36, which I think is really comparable to this pistol. I've had a Glock 36 for a number of years, and I do carry it as one of my concealed carry options. So I'm really looking forward to putting these two together head to head. And the Kahr series pistol is made right here in the USA, magazine's made in the USA, so you have a really good quality pistol made right here in the States. Be strong, be of good courage. God bless America. Long live the Republic. Kahr SW45, sweet. Man, it looks like a picture painted on. Here we go, there's the culprit. HPR, jacketed hollow points, 45 ACP. Hey guys, let's take the car out for a little ride.